You are now listening to Nostalgia Untitled.
Come hang out with us as we travel back in time.
You know your history.
To the 90s and 2000s. The memories.
I'm True.
And I'm AJ.
Stick around while we talk about some of our old school favorite classics.
Now let's get nostalgic up in here. Hey, what's up, guys? It's AJ, and welcome back to another new episode of Nostalgia Untitled. I'm so excited because it's been a couple weeks since our last episode, and it's time for True and I to catch up. So,
hi
True,
guys,
how
it's
are
True.
You doing?
You got to say, hi, it's AJ. Hi, it's True. Hello, what's up? I'm also here and ready. And just like slowly, like, hey, yes.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. I just moved back to my own space after I've been dog sitting, and oh boy, it's been fantastic. I've missed being in my own space.
You just been laying cozy, watching hentai. I get it.
Listen, you like what you like, okay?
For me, it's been a week since the last time we recorded, so it's been a little while. We have to catch up. And today, I feel like I need...
What?
I'm having weird tongue-tie issues. I don't know what's going on. All right, so my week has been pretty great. I got to meet new people in LA for the first time in a while. I got outside of my house. I went on a date with my boo thing, and we just been having a great vibe to the end of summer, going into the fall. I'm excited for fall time and ready for Halloween time. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I'm so excited for Halloween episode.
Do you know what you're gonna be?
Oh, I'm gonna be at least 3 different things. So I want to do, of course, I have to make it it's an event for me. So the first one is going to be the Tin Man, but we're doing Sexy Wizard of Oz. So my one friend's gonna be Sexy Dorothy. I'm gonna be Sexy Tin Man. My other friend's gonna be Sexy Cowardly Lion, Sexy Glinda, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Cool. And then a vampire, because I'm always a vampire at least once. That's for like hungover, like brunch Halloween.
Yeah.
And then the next night, I'll probably wear that Vegeta outfit again because I didn't get good use out of it last time I wore it. So,
my friend every year throws a themed Halloween party. Last year was Heroes versus Villains. This year is Tim Burton. Everybody apparently is obsessed with that motherfucker.
You're not?
No, sorry, I'm not.
Can I help you? Like,
I already know who I'm gonna be.
Oh.
I already ordered it. You wanna know what I'm gonna be?
What are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd.
Let's go, Mrs. Lovett.
Hey, I'm so excited. Yeah.
Is that the only Tim Burton thing you know?
Can you blame me? I'm a theater kid. What the fuck? Like, be so for real. I mean, I know like Nightmare Before Christmas and isn't there like the Corpse Bride or something like that? But I don't listen. Matter of fact, there are a lot of people around here who are obsessed with it. My sister literally has a Jack Skellington tattoo. My boy actually made a comment once.
Yeah.
He said people hold on, wait. He said people who are obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas look like they don't shower, and it has stuck with me. It has stuck with me because when he said this comment, my other friend was sitting right next to me, who is obsessed with all of those films, who's obsessed with Tim Burton, whose house is currently decorated to the walls to the balls with Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas. And I was like, bro, you just out here saying comments like that, not knowing your audience, and it kills me every time.
I mean, Tim Burton, before we get to our actual topic, Tim Burton is like a legit great director and creative. Like,
I don't deny that. I'm just not.
He's done Beetlejuice. He's done Sleepy Hollow. He's done Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, he didn't do the movie. It was actually directed by someone else. I can't remember right now. But Tim Burton is the creator of Nightmare Before Christmas, but it was made into a film by someone else. And then Sweeney Todd, and then the horrible Alice in Wonderland films. Which I'm a reader of the books,
The
so
one with
like
Johnny
I
Depp?
really can't fuck with it. I really can't fuck with it. It's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, Tim Burton really likes dead things, and so.
And I don't. I think that's really what it is, though. I'm not really a big fan of it. Like Beetlejuice, again, I think if you're a theater kid, Beetlejuice is going to be something that you really like. And I don't mind watching those films. I know that they consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas and Halloween movie. Makes sense.
It is.
Corpse Bride, I can't say I've ever watched it. Who created Coraline?
It's not Tim Burton.
Oh,
it's
well.
actually the director of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, okay, so same vein. But yeah, no, I mean, no hate to Tim Burton. There's a niche for everyone. That's just not mine.
Yeah. I don't know. I grew up with the films, so me and my dad used to watch Nightmare Before Christmas a lot growing up and sing the songs together. And then I watched Beetlejuice with my mom a lot. So like it was like those are like good nostalgic moments for me. And we liked to watch a lot of movies, just like the movie and the topic that we're talking about today, which is my favorite movie of all time. When I tell you it's my favorite movie of all time, I literally watch it at least once or twice a month. It's my go to sleep movie. It's like
The comfort movie,
my comfort movie. I love this movie so much. Yeah, just a quick synopsis. The Mummy is a thrilling adventure film directed by Stephen Sommers. It was also written by him, and the movie follows the story of Rick O'Connell, played by Brendan Fraser, as he teams up with the librarian Evelyn Carnahan, played by Rachel Wise, and her brother Jonathan, played by John Hannah, to battle an ancient mummy named Imhotep, portrayed by Arnold Vosloo. Now, The Mummy was a box office success, earning a total of approximately $155 million in the United States and $416 million worldwide. It captivated audiences with exciting action sequences, compelling storylines, impressive visual effects, and if you enjoy thrilling adventures with a touch of ancient mythology, The Mummy is definitely a film you won't want to miss. Yeah, and I know, true, I know that you got to watch the movie for the first time really this past week. So how are you feeling? And how did you like the movie?
I've got a list.
You have a list?
I've got a list.
What do you mean? Is it a good list or a bad list?
I think it's a good list.
Okay.
It's let's call it. I didn't name the list. I just kind of started writing when the moment struck, and yes, they are. I just kind of started writing when the moment struck, and yes, they are surrounding a certain male lead named Rick O'Connell. I will lead with that.
Yeah. Well, before we get into your apparently large list,
I wouldn't say it's large. I mean, it's decent.
I can tell you the memories that I have with the movie, and to give like a little dose of my own nostalgia.
Okay. I guess for me, what I really want to know is what about this film gives you those strong emotions? Like, what about it is just like, this is why this is my comfort film. This is why I need to watch it as often as I do, and it's just held in such high esteem.
Yeah, for me, I definitely I'll kind of get to that. Let me just go through like the nostalgia of it, and I think it'll pretty much explain why I probably have the association with this movie. When I was younger, I remember hearing about this movie on this radio station the radio station was called 92Q, and so 92Q would like announce like new movies coming out, but also they're a hip hop station, so like have it on pretty much every time we got in the car. And I remember them giving out a contest for like free to go see The Mummy coming out in 1999, and I remember that so vividly. And I was like wanting to go see it, and I remember just being drawn to like wanting to go see this movie. And my mom finally gave in, and she went and took us. She actually took us to this place in this movie theater in Maryland. I think it was in Anne Arundel County, where the movie theater is actually Egyptian themed. And so like it was really cool to like go see it, because it was like hieroglyphs all over the wall. It was like big, those big pillars like holding up the building. And so like it was like this big event for me. And so we went and we saw it, and I got to like experience it. It was like a pretty amazing film. It just, for me, I don't know. it meant everything to me. And then I remember like once we left the movie theater, I remember like just acting out because we would go to my aunt's house after watching movies, and then I would like act out a movie in its entirety for my aunt because she didn't really go to movies like that. So like I would just act out the entire movie before she ever see it. And so I think, which is like I think my acting bug. But that's my nostalgia moment for this movie.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So, knowing that you know this movie inside and out, for somebody who has never seen it, what would be a scene you recommend they watch to get them hooked? Does that make sense? Not necessarily like, just like what's the one scene in your brain that you're just like, oh my goodness, this is a scene that if somebody watches, they'll want to go back and watch the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, that's easy. So you could probably take them to the sand wall where Emotep, who's the villain, like comes out and like has this huge wall with his face on it trying to destroy them and like chasing a plane. I think that's like a big action scene in the film. And I think watching that in a big theater was crazy. And I think like seeing it in general, especially at the time, because you got to think CGI wasn't as good as it is now, but the CGI in this film is pretty good still to this day. So it like, I think that's one of the scenes that like you'd be like, oh, I want to watch that movie. What do you think?
I'm actually really glad that you brought up how the CGI is better today than it was then. There were quite a few bits in this film that freaked me out. Like, again, like we had mentioned before, I'm not really one for like death and like gory kind of things. And not to say that anything in this film was gory, but like when Emotep was rising and he's sitting up there going up to Evie and it's just like a Nux in the moon trying to like kiss her. Bro, the nightmares that shit would fucking give me, like, bro, you're literally a bag of dirt. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Or like when she's sleeping and he goes to her and he's like basically confirming that he's gonna like pick her and like raise a Nux in the moon from the dead. And he goes to kiss her and then his whole bottom mouth like mummifies. Could you imagine waking up seeing this man? Oh, no.
But those are scenes, see, but I think the thing about this film is it has memorable moments that like you can just pick out really easily. It's like
what's his name? His actor name Arnolo or
Voslo?
Arnolo? Yeah. So I feel like every generation has a staple actor who plays villains. He was ours. That motherfucker was in everything growing up, and he played the bad guy, and he played one hell of a bad guy too.
I think Emotep is probably his greatest film. Yeah.
You think?
I think in general, that's like Emotep is notorious for, like, The Mummy has a pretty big fan base. And so, like, his Emotep is pretty huge. And then also, you gotta think, The Mummy also had its own, like, animated series as well. So, like, there was, like, it was on WB. So, it was huge. Like, the movie was insane. Like, it grossed over $450 million in the box office.
Did Brendan Fraser voice over
it was
Rick O'Connell?
I can't remember the exact premise, but basically it was following more of a kid mummy, I think, or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then what's the other guy's name? He was the lead in the tribe that essentially was supposed to protect people from going to the land of the dead. That's another man who I remember very vividly from my childhood. He was in like everything. I mean, you're not wrong. The tattoos on his face.
I know we're talking about characters, so let's like just real fast. I'm just gonna go over the characters, and then and just tell me one thing about them that you liked, and one thing about them that you disliked. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with Brendan Fraser's character, Rick O'Connell. He's the adventurous protagonist who becomes entangled in the ancient curse and battles against Emotep. What do you think?
He's daddy as fuck.
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10?
I ain't got nothing negative to say about that man.
I mean, he is a great character. He's
daddy as fuck. Like, listen, I got a list, okay? We'll get to that list, okay?
But also, Brendan Fraser was at the top of his game, and he was opening up a franchise, right? So and it was him and Rachel Weisz's franchise, I think, and so that's why for me, in the later film when they switched Evie, it was something that, because this was something that they built together.
When they switched Evie, did she stay the same character, or was it a different woman lead?
No, same character, different woman lead, different actress.
But a different actress to play Evie?
Yeah,
I fucking hate that. I hate when shows do that. Like, we're not supposed
to. Does that a lot too? Telenovelas.
Supernatural.
Then they fucking get older. They just change the character. No. Just put the fucking old makeup on them. I'm sorry. That fucking bothers me.
But okay, the list. Okay. Who's next? Who's next?
Rachel Weisz as Evelyn Carnahan, a librarian and Egyptologist who joins Rick O'Connell in the quest to uncover the secrets of Hamunaptra.
I love her brain. I love her softness. I just think she's so fucking beautiful. So fucking beautiful. One thing that fucking pissed me off. Oh, child. One thing that pissed me off. So towards the end, obviously, shit's popping off, right? Jonathan's being fucking Jonathan. And she's like, bro, I need you to fucking translate. I need you to get these zombie, I need you to control the mummies, right? And he's trying to figure out the hieroglyphics. Yeah. He can't tell one of the things. And she's like, I need you to hurry up. I need you to hurry up. Obviously, life or death. And then when the roles were reversed and she had to take over and Jonathan's like, hey, we need you to kind of hurry up. She wants to yell at him, being like, I'm like, girl, I know damn well you're not talking to him like that after he done saved your life before. Girl, get it together. Because you get it together. So now you feeling that pressure and you're not keeping that same energy. Okay, cool.
I love Evie as a character in general. Even though she's a little klutzy, I like Evie a lot.
Hella.
I think the opening scene with her on that ladder and then the whole thing, the domino scene, is hilarious. And it's just I think it was the perfect display of this girl is a smart girl. She knows her shit,
but she kind of dumb.
But she's a klutz, and she is childlike in some spaces.
She's book smart, but maybe not as
street smart. Yeah,
street smart for sure.
All right, so we're gonna go to John Hannah, who plays Jonathan Carnahan. Jonathan Carnahan. Evelyn's witty and somewhat bumbling brother, who accompanies her and Rick on their journey.
If I could have killed him off in the beginning,
what?
I would have. I ain't got nothing good to say about that man. I ain't got nothing good to say about that man. The way he's so easy to just fucking give up his sister, or the way he's just like, oh, whatever. Hello? Hello?
Jonathan is so funny. He's the comedic relief of the whole film. He's hilarious.
I wanted to beat his ass. Him and another character. I'll wait for you to mention the other character.
Gonna mention. And I also want to beat that person. And the person that we talked about earlier, Imhotep, Arnold Vosloo as Imhotep. He's the main antagonist and the ancient Egyptian priest who is resurrected and seeks to bring back his lover, Princess Anaxanamu.
Okay, the way he rides for his love, though, I'll give him that. Thing I didn't like is that he was disgusting. Yeah. He was gross. That man's disgusting.
When he wasn't disgusting.
He was alright. He was kind of bald, though. I don't like bald men. Sorry. It's a preference. Sorry.
But also, I think it's a struggle, right? I mean, Imhotep was his quest was always based off of love and power, right? And so he wanted Anaxanamu, right? But I also think he wanted the power of being associated with the pharaoh and wanting to test his limits and taking the pharaoh's girl, because basically he took the pharaoh's girl. He just took her.
You know, I didn't get that. All I got was that this motherfucker was riding for his wife. He's like, I want my girl.
For sure.
That's my love there.
I think I say that because I'm also
you in the subreddits.
Also, I watched the second one.
You in the chats.
Second one, right? And so I know
that's fair.
He definitely wants to be powerful. He likes being powerful, but also his love for Anaxanamu is also untouchable, and also unrealistic, right? He was
Are you telling me this happens again in the second one? He's still
But
alive?
he comes back. He comes back, baby. He comes back with a vengeance.
This motherfucker said you thought
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
and
done.
The second one is actually interesting. We'll go back. So we can't continue to do that. No, all right. And then you got Kevin J. O'Connor as Benny Gabor, a treacherous and
Fuck that
opportunistic
motherfucker.
character who initially aligns himself with Emotep.
Fuck him and his whole lineage and his whole family. He's a fucking rat. He is a rat.
But you wanna
Okay, he got
his
what he
favorite-
deserves.
like, I don't know. Benny is he's such a little weasel, but also he's also like funny, and so like
Not you ignoring the red flags. He's a fucking
he is
rat.
hilarious. You wanna know why he's hilarious? Because he keeps the story.
When
he really
Evie-
keeps the story moving. You know, every time you see him, that you're gonna go to a different spot, right? You're gonna go to a different place, and so like when you see him at the beginning, you know, when he closes the door on Rick, and then he like.
When he basically was like, fuck you, Rick, fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember very, very clearly.
Sees him again on the boat, right? And then he throws him off, and then that dude with the hook comes on the boat. So you know every time you see him, something's gonna change. And so when you see him and then they end up on the wrong side of the river, and then they end up with the camels, something changes again, Hamanoptera. And then so like over time in the movie, something always changes every time you see him.
All I'm hearing is that he's a fucking rat. Okay?
He's motivated by money.
Fuck him, his whole family.
Isn't everybody motivated by money? He's motivated by money.
Oh, do we not got morals? We just gonna fuck our friends. Be like, hey, the hell with
This
you.
was a city worth of gold, true.
Oh, is that what you're saying? You telling right now that's all I'm worth? Is a city worth of gold? It's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna leave you to your death. Alright, I see you.
I would tell you to leave me. The fuck? I'd be like, to change your life? Girl, leave me down here. I'll figure it out.
Anyway.
So now you have, it's Oded Fahir as our Death Bay, who is the leader of the group of Magi, a secret society sworn to protect the world from the evils of Emotep.
Fine as hell. Fine as hell. Thing I would say, you literally could have prevented all of this is when they told you to kill him and you're just like, the desert will kill him. 3 years later, motherfucker's still alive. He's like, this one's a strong one. Yeah, you could have had this problem fucking solved if you would have killed him like they told you to. But hey, I guess you needed the plot, right? Just for the plot.
And then we wouldn't have anything. You know, who needs...
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is everything that happened could have been prevented. So my man is sitting up here talking about you have 24 hours to leave. Bitch, you had 3.5 years. What are you talking about?
The character is not really in the movie that long, but she makes, I mean, the whole movie is about her, really. Yeah.
Anux on the Moon?
Patricia Velasquez, who plays Anux on the Moon, who, the opening scene is so beautiful.
Yo, the body was bodying.
She was so beautiful in this
I was like, oh, girl. It was like, you see one of the guards like staring at her, and I'm like, boy,
but no man,
don't
no man
do
was
it.
allowed to touch her. Could you imagine living a life like that? Like, you're so beautiful.
Well, because I feel like temptation, right? When you tell somebody no, they're gonna want it even more. So I felt like part of that was fueled by the fact that they knew she was untouchable.
Do you think that
right?
Anux on the Moon really loved Emotep, or did she feel trapped in her situation and she found someone that would love her?
Honestly, back in the day, I feel like she did what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? She did what she had to do.
She had it all.
Because my man was bald. You really gonna love a bald man?
And you on this bald man thing. But Anux on the Moon, definitely, she had it all. She was married to a pharaoh. She literally could have had anything in her entire world. And she chose Emotep. She chose a bald man. That's crazy.
Yikes.
And if you end up, funny thing is, if you end up with a bald man, that's gonna be crazy. But also, right now, you said you're into like muscle daddies, right? And most of the time, their testosterone levels are really high, and they're balding anyway. And so, like,
listen. You don't think I'm watching that hairline? You don't think I'm watching when they take their hats off? I'm like, bitch, where's that hair?
Listen,
where is it?
Is receding.
Listen, one of my gym crushes came in without a hat. I can never look at him the same. Motherfucker, ball like a baby's bottom. I'm like, I can't do this. All those muscles and not a single fucking hair on your head. What did you do?
He either took steroids
Anyway.
or just has too much testosterone in his body, and also he's probably, if he's white, just life, you know, just milk. You know, sometimes you age like milk.
Got me patting my head. My hair, ooh, child. Anytime I get a picture from a man, I zoom in on that hairline. I'm like, wait, let me see. Is it thinning? Because we're going to have a problem.
So, of course, you know, this movie is based in ancient Egypt and I guess the present day, which was like the 1920s, right? So, like, the present day in the 1920s. And I think it builds a lot of historical context of, like, archaeology and pillaging, right? Versus, like, what is okay and what is not okay to do to ancient art, right? I think like Evie was very respectful, right? She brought like a little tiny hammer and chisel.
But so was Rick,
right? But
so was Rick. Like there were moments
right?
where like
the other group was so disrespectful.
They didn't give two shits.
They just were banging walls down.
The Americans,
they just looking for gold. They don't care.
The Americans.
Yep.
The Americans.
Right about.
I'm like, be so fucking for real. I'm like, hello? Like, even when Jonathan was like, can we please? Even Rick was like, no. Like, we're not. Clearly you're running out of here because the shit's about to pop off. You need to leave. You need to get out.
But when Evie pulls out that little hammer and chisel, and Rick is like, I think we're going to need something bigger here. But also he thinks like.
And so he steals for her?
So, like, he thinks like an American on, like, the British side of things, I guess, right? But, like, also, like, Evie was a librarian, and all she wanted, really, to be, like, a renowned librarian and known by scholars as, like, this person that, like, knows a lot about ancient Egypt, right? And I feel like that's, like, what she went to Hamunaptra for, is still, even though she was, like, we gotta find the city of the dead, or whatever, Rick is like, you know, you probably just want the gold. And she's like, no, I just want the history. And, like, I just want those things, you know? And I think it's like everyone else around her, especially Jonathan, was like, I'm just here for the gold. I'm trying to get the money. I'm trying to get to the money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm a fuck up. Let me just get some money.
But I think it also this film also opened up my eyes to, like, really explore into, like, ancient Egypt. I think ancient Egypt for me was like, I became enamored with it, and I would, like, study archaeology books. I remember, like, my mom had bought me, like, this little archaeology book because I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was, like, little. Because I wanted to, like, I had, like, my mom bought me this book, and it had, like, you could dig out the fossil and then brush it off, like a real archaeologist. And it was really dope. And so, like, she was really, like, feeding me that. And then I would just, like, read. I remember this one ancient Egyptian book where, like, it had nothing but, like, the ancient gods of ancient Egypt.
But you can't read Latin.
You said I can't read Latin?
Yeah, some dream. Yeah, but you can't read Latin. Some dream.
You can't.
Every archaeologist reads Latin. Why the fuck would I want to? I don't give a shit about no archaeology. Fuck you mean?
Aren't you Latin?
I'll tell. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Get out of here.
Your language is pretty close.
Damn. There was something I was gonna say, but here you go. Too busy trying to roast. I'm sitting up here.
But what I was saying is, like, yeah, it really opened my eyes. I'm glad I saw the film because it really opened my eyes to, like, learning something new about another culture that's not my own, and it was really interesting. It was very cool.
I really liked how they, just, like, you can see the difference. You had talked about how the Americans were just, like, hammering things down and everything like that versus, like, when she was being real delicate with everything. I feel like they got what they deserved when, like, they would open certain walls or trinkets and shit just would pop off. When the Beatles came to life, that shit. Oh, I did not like that. Yeah.
But I think the highlight and the beauty of this film in general is that it blends history, action, adventure, horror, and comedy all into one. And, like, it keeps you interested. Yeah. I mean, of course, this movie is not historically accurate, right? It's a film, right? It's based off of The Mummy from, I think, 1932. So, and then this is a revamp of that film, and so like,
okay.
yeah, I think that Stephen Sommers, who directed the film, definitely did his due diligence in like building a great film that was well balanced.
I think I noticed that there are all those like good themes that the film had, like the archaeology, the settings, and everything like that. But I'm just so fucking through. Only reason I stayed focused was for Fraser. That Rick O'Connell was the only reason why I kept going. A friend of mine described this film as the Egyptian version of the National Treasure.
Before National Treasure, yeah.
I just need to say, I will not be watching the National Treasure. I was like, listen.
I'm not a big Nicolas Cage.
I'll probably watch a little bit more of I like Nicolas Cage, but not eye candy wise. It's like his like films, but I'm not attracted to him. Brendan Fraser, on the other hand, I might be compelled to watch another.
The second one is actually
the
second one is really good for a sequel of a movie. How do you feel about Rick and Evie's relationship and how it built up over time?
Oh my goodness, bro. I can't. Okay, listen. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff on my list.
Okay, yeah.
Let's get to the list. It pertains to the two of them. Okay. So, number one, this man is a man's man. Okay. He is. When they show him 3 years after the fact and he's in prison with that long rugged hair and the scruff, and he's like, come here, and he just fucking lays one on her. I'm like, girl, the reason why you so stuck on it, because she says it, she's just like, oh geez, it wasn't even that great. It's because you also knew immediately. Your body knew that this was a man's man.
But also, think about it. I always look at that scene, I'm like, he probably hadn't brushed his teeth in like at least 3 months. So like,
listen. I will listen. No, I just. And then immediately, so she saves him. Whatever, cool. Love that for him. Love that for her. And you see the scene of Jonathan and her walking, right? And she's carrying both of her luggage. And fucking Jonathan's got shit in his hands. He's another little rat, okay? You see her struggling with these bags. And then finally she's like, oh, I don't trust him. This talking shit on my boy Rick. And it's because, girl, he done got under your skin, but whatever. I'll just leave it at that. We all know he's running through that fucking brain rent
free, like standing behind her,
child.
and then like he's
And she,
anybody that I know? That's
she's like,
the line. Anybody that I know?
And then without skipping a beat, he's like, I'll carry your bags. And he takes her bags unprovoked. Bro, the way I screamed without the S, I swear to fucking God, I can't even deal. I was just like, oh my God. I'm in love with this man.
Brendan Fraser?
I'm in love with this man.
Brendan Fraser, especially as playing as Rick, he was very charming. He's charming.
He was. And like the way, like, sometimes he would just say things, right? Because obviously she's got this kiss running. They're on the boat, right? She's got this kiss running in her head, right? She's just like, whatever. And then finally she like asks him like, oh, like, why did you kiss me anyway, right? Because she's trying to build something with this man, clearly. And when he's just like, I don't know, it just seemed like it's such a like fucking stupid guy shit to say. And like some men have that clearance to talk the way he talks, okay? Some men have that clearance. Others do not. He has it. Because I would have reacted the same fucking way she did. I would have walked away, stomping my fucking feet, kicking and screaming. Like, goddamn, this love me.
He was so unbothered. He was like, girl.
He was so unbothered.
If people who have seen the film but need a little refresher, basically, Evie saved Rick from being hanged. And so, because the people that had jailed him were going to kill him. And she basically saved him. Which is interesting because it's like reversing the role. So the woman is saving the man, and so she saves him, and then which later down the line it flips, of course. But she saves him, and then Rick kisses her before she even decides to save him. And so like later on in the film, she asks like, "Hey, why'd you kiss me?" And he's like, he's like, I just thought it was a bright idea at the time. And like, and she was so
And, like,
fucking mad. But I think he also said it like that because he saw that she was probably into him, and he knew that like he wasn't no good at the time.
I don't know. I never got that sense. Like, I don't think he realized that he was slowly falling for her. Like, I think he was very much just like casual about everything.
But I
like,
think he had his walls up,
bro,
for sure.
Another scene. Oh, definitely. I think another thing that like really just like gets me is just the way he is about things, right? When they're on the boat and they're being attacked, he literally goes to her and he's just like, "Do you swim?" And she's like, "If the occasion calls for it." And this motherfucker immediately is just like, "Trust me, it calls for it." Proceeds to fucking dump her over the edge. Bro, again, some men have clearance to do this.
How would you have reacted?
He is one of them.
Off the boat. Can you swim?
Oh, I would have been pissed. Would have been pissed. But then having him come swim, jump down in there, be there with me, I'd have been like, all right, I guess it's okay. You can hold on to me, and you could help me get to shore. I guess I could let it go. You know what I'm saying? Also, side note, while they're also on the boat, and you referred to back in the beginning when he was like, "Oh, you not wanting the book because it's made out of gold," and she's like, "You know your history, bitch." I didn't know that line is in our opener. In our theme, like our Nostalgia Untitled opener. I didn't know until I heard her say it, and I was like, I know that. It made me very excited.
Yeah,
just as a side note. It was also something else that I had on here.
I wanted to incorporate it because that's like probably the most nostalgic thing for me. Yeah.
But it didn't click until when he says the whole thing of like, it being made out of gold isn't like a reason why you want to get it. And she's like, your history. And I'm like,
I know my treasure.
Like, I love it. I love it.
That's what I'm saying. This movie has so many like back and forths and one-liners. So like between Evie and Rick, you see throughout the whole entire movie like the tension building up that they want to be in love. Like when they're sitting outside of, like after they had just discovered Emotep, he's still dead, right? And they're like,
and he's teaching her to fight.
She's drinking.
Is that the scene you're talking about?
She's getting drunker and drunker, and she's like, "And I am what I am." And what is that? I'm a librarian, and like it falls into his.
See, from that scene, I remember is when she falls into his arms, and she's like, "I'm gonna kiss you now," and then falls asleep, and he's just like, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" God, they're so cute.
Yeah, I just love their relationship, and I also love.
Oh.
Go.
I was just gonna say, how you're talking about you love their relationship when they're gonna go face off Emotep, and she's like, "I'm going," and he's like, "The fuck you are." Literally picks her up on his back, puts her in the room, and he's like, "You don't fucking leave it. You don't let her get out of this room." And she's fighting him. I'm like, bro. I just pick me up like that. Go ahead, pick me up like that. Go ahead, I'll sit for you, baby. I'll sit.
I mean, listen. I'm sad.
I'm sad. I swear to God.
I also think, what about the relationship between? I think they're a group, right? The relationship between Evelyn, Jonathan, Rick, I can't remember his name, but the fat bald guy. They all go there together.
Oh, fuck him.
Yeah,
the greedy fuck. He got what he deserved. He's another fucking rat. Okay?
Actually, let's skip that and let's talk about some of our favorite scenes of The Mummy. So, when I think of my favorite scene, are at the beginning when like he's explaining Emotep's backstory and Anoxina Moon's backstory. That's one of my all-time favorite scenes. But also the sand wall. And also, I love Winston. Winston was so cute. Like, Winston is the old British guy that dies in the plane.
Oh, damn, bro. The way they just like sunk in afterwards. I was like, damn. They told him, "Hey, you might not come back." And he was like, let's fucking go. I'm in it, baby. He was a ride or die. I was like, you know what? Respect to the old geezer. Because he was there. He was ready.
My favorite scene probably of the whole movie is when after the boat scene that we were talking about, after the fire and everything.
Yeah.
And Benny goes,
yeah.
"Hey, O'Connell, looks like I got all the horses." And Rick goes, "Hey, Betty, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river." And like, it was just so perfect.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because that Rick knows where he's going, and Benny is just like trying to like He basically trying to follow Rick and do all these, but like he's not as cool as Rick. He's not as suave as Rick. He just has the manpower right now.
Because he's a fucking
rat. True saying he's a fucking rat. Like,
I can't stand that man.
When Benny's trying to like protect himself from Imhotep and he has all like the religions on his thing, he's just trying to figure out which religion that he knows. God. And then
listen, that's a grade A example of what a fucking rat he is. Like, who carries around all those fucking chains?
Hey, you never know. He's like, you never know. But imagine, okay, true. Just cut off for a moment. Imagine if this film was an anime. It would work. It would work.
I mean, it would. But like, didn't you say this was already animated into a cartoon?
But it wasn't like from the. It wasn't.
I mean, granted, if this one was made into an anime with, bitch, ain't nobody talking to you. Excuse me. If this movie was made into an anime, it would be fucking dope. I will say, with some of the scenes and the effects, it'd be fucking dope.
I think
100%.
Someone needs to get a hold of that and like make an anime inspired, because you know what I mean, animes are made in Japan, but like make an anime inspired, kind of like Avatar: Last Airbender, you know what I mean, like where you get the essence of, or like the essence of anime. I think The Mummy would work out pretty well as just an anime and follow their story, and it'd be longer, and it'd be cool. Like, I just think that was just a side note, but I think that would be cool. I don't know.
I agree. I think it would be. To name some of my favorite scenes, I'll talk about one of the ones that I put on my list. So it's towards the end when they're trying to get Jonathan to get control of the mummies. And so two of them are chasing O'Connell. And he does like this slashing thing with his sword. And it causes him to like rise up on a rope. And then like the two mummies go to jump. And he like slashes them down. That was so fucking hot. I was like, go ahead, you better kill them fucking mummies. The point
of this whole movie is Brendan Fraser was hot. If you
listen,
think he's hot in this movie,
okay, but also
out George
like
of the Jungle.
Listen, I've seen George of the Jungle.
He's on the loincloth the entire movie.
I've seen that one, but I like him better with short hair. So I also really love, in general, the slow burn of both Evie and Rick. Like the scenes we had talked about before, when they're by the fire, he's teaching her how to fight, and she's, getting drunk, and he's just, the way he watches her when she's just like, I'm a librarian, like, bro, the look on his face, I just love it. And I also love how he's just like, again, he's a man's man, right? Where he's very much honest to his word, but also he's not with the shits. If a fucking mummy is screaming at him, he's gonna scream right back, right? There's like the one scene where like he does that, right? Where he goes to scream and the mummy goes to scream and the mummy screams much louder and he's just like, nope, fucking books it. I'm like, you know what? That's so real of you to do that.
Also, when they bring out the cat, and Imhotep is like,
bro,
he's like,
yes, I can't. Also, another scene. So Jonathan, being a fucking little greedy rat that he is, touches the beetle, and the beetle crawls under his skin, and then fucking rips his shirt, and then just takes the knife and carves the beetle out of his arm. Oh boy. I'm like, just cut me like that, baby. I just cannot.
You keep reiterating that this cast, they said in general, this cast, they say they have like memes about it. And he goes like, this cast is like a bisexual's wet dream, and it really is. Like everyone, every single person in the film is somewhat attractive. You know what I mean?
Jonathan is not attractive. Benny sometimes when he wasn't being a fucking rat, maybe if you looked at him like and you squinted your eyes, but then you remember his character and I'm like, fuck you.
But John Hannah, who plays Jonathan, he I think his charm back then, especially in 1999, was that like, Jonathan was like a kid-like character.
Ugly
he's
cute?
a kid-like character. He
Ugly
shows like
cute?
the innocence, and so like the innocence of him like being a bumbling and being funny kind of makes him attractive. Like him, sometimes being funny makes you attractive. You don't think so?
How you treat your sisters, how you treat
Oh yeah,
them, okay?
oh yeah. You just don't like how
here.
he treated. He protected Evie when it was possible.
Listen, there were more times where I saw that motherfucking running than I saw him trying to protect her.
My
Okay.
other favorite scene is the fight scene when he has Benny. He's like throwing Benny all around this room and then about to put his head on in that metal ceiling fan. Or when they go,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
all the zombies go Emotep.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Didn't like
Because
that.
you know they also kind of go a little biblical with it. So like they had the was it the not deadly sins but the plagues amongst Egypt, which was.
I also really liked in that same like scene that you're referring to when Emotet like he's like, "Oh, I won't kill your friends," and so she goes with him. Evie goes with him, and like all hell breaks loose, obviously. And Jonathan's like, "What about my sister?" And Rick is like, "We'll get her." And I'm like, "Yes, the fuck you will, Daddy. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You gonna
listen,
get her."
Rick had the confidence. I think that's what it is. It's like he's just confident.
Listen,
When she's like, "What about the map? The map? The map?" And he's like, "Don't worry, I'm the map.
I am
it's
the
all
map."
up here."
Yes, I'm like, yo, again. Listen, not just any regular schmegular dude can come up to me and talk to me like that, because I will pop you in your fucking mouth. Rick O'Connell
Even
comes
though-
up to me
Wait,
and
I was like,
talks
even
to me
though
like
True
that.
did say a couple episodes, maybe our first episode, that she's not a fighter.
Listen. I'll fight a man.
Not you play fighting, so you can get laid.
Listen, if a Rick O'Connell type came up to me and spoke to me like that,
So-
y'all gonna have to fight to get me to stand up. Cause when I tell you, I'm gonna be lost in the sauce.
I'm gonna give you some scenes from the movie, and you gotta tell me how you would react to those scenes. Okay? So,
Dale.
how would you have reacted to the sandstorm?
Are you talking about when Winston is pointing at it? He's like, I've never seen one that big.
No, when they're getting chased
Or-
on the plane.
Bitch, I'll say my prayers. I'll be alright. It's nice knowing y'all. We're done.
I was,
I'll be like, Rick, come give me a kiss because we're fucking done.
Not you, Bubba. What's that saying that I recently learned in Spanish that my boyfriend taught me that Kali Uchi says in the song, and JT as well. Sana sana colita de rana, bitch.
Sana colita de rana.
So we just gonna rub on the back of Rick's back, like, I guess.
This is it. I can't.
All right, how would you have reacted to the scatter beetles? So, like, if you saw them on a wall, would you have picked them up in the first place? I definitely would not have picked them up in the first place.
No, I don't like bug-related things. I don't find them attractive. I don't find
But
them
also, it
cute.
was like a warning.
No.
Like, the thing was, like, clearly screaming
Like-
on the picture. And you like,
Be
I
so
guess
for
I'll
real.
just pick these up. And then one came
Hey,
out
you know the
and
motherfuckers
dug
be
in his
greedy.
brain and
It's a
ate him
greedy
alive.
rat.
Crazy.
As they should have. That greedy fucking rat. They had a
Yeah.
lot to eat too. them
But wait,
fuckers.
one of the funny scenes that I remember with that dude is like, Jonathan's on the bottom of the rope, and he's like, "Oh God, what's that smell?" And he looks up, and he looks up, and he
Yes!
goes, "Oh." That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have reacted the same way. I would not have picked up those scarab beetles. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it looked like it was eating something alive. And number one, I don't touch things that don't belong to me in the first place. Like,
For
but like,
real. Ain't teaching white folk fucking
Yeah.
manners, bro.
also, how would you have reacted to drop? They did all that work to get the Book of the Dead, and they drop it in the fucking water at the end. Jonathan drops it, and they both get mad. They're like, "You dropped the book! Oh my God, you dropped the book!"
Bro, I wanted to slap the fucking shit out of her. Cause she didn't even go for it. She's just standing there. Oh my God. Puta babosa, en vez de tu fucking bajarte a buscarlo, you're just gonna fucking stand there. And honestly, that's my issue with a lot of these damsels from these older movies, because you were so fucking useful not even 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden, oh my God, what do I do? All common sense flew out the fucking window. I would have smacked that bitch about her. Get your ass. Te jodiste. Ahí se quedó el libro.
Do you know? So there was a bunch of, in the movie, you know, of course there wouldn't be a mummy type movie if they didn't have booby traps. So when they opened up the wall and a bunch of acid flew at their faces.
The acid, I would have packed my shit up and gone home. All right, we're done. That was a warning.
And then
we're done.
They opened up the box and they didn't know the box was a trap for Imhotep to eat them. So basically they took all these his sacred jars and was like, I'm gonna sell it on the internet, or not the internet, but you know, sell it on the black market, and like fucking
right.
Imhotep comes and collects his bones, basically what belongs to him, and he sucks them dry.
The motherfucker who lost his eyes and his tongue and then his whole body. You should have left when the whole acid wall shit happened.
My glasses.
Yeah. Oh, and you know, I literally had a thought when I saw that scene where he's literally, and some motherfucker. It's giving Velma from Scooby-Doo.
I think it was on purpose.
Where I'm like, are there motherfuckers out there who are really, and this is coming from somebody who wears glasses, okay, so don't come for me. Are there motherfuckers really out there that blind without their glasses? Sitting up there.
I've looked at some of my friends' glasses. Jeremy's pretty blind. My roommate, Jeremy's pretty blind. So is, who else is pretty? Shamari's pretty blind. I'm gonna cut that one out. Who else is pretty blind? There's a bunch of people that are, like, people really cannot see without their glasses. Not me though. I have 20. Sorry about it. So
I can see without my glasses. It depends on how like far. I can't see far, but I can see. Like, I don't recommend me driving without. Sometimes I drive without my glasses. I shouldn't though, especially like at night.
Without your glasses, you're a safety hazard. I'm telling all of Utah.
Listen, I try really hard to not drive at night because them shits be streaky. With my glasses, I'm like, damn, why everything's so fucking bright? Got me out here driving with my eyes squinted and squanted. I'm like, fuck, bro.
For me, I don't know. I don't know those issues. I have 20/20, so I can't hear for shit, but I have 20/20.
I can hear very well. So.
But, do you think everyone got what they deserved in the end of this movie?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah. You know, you see at the end, Rick found love. Eva found love. And she got her adventure, that sense of adventure that she wanted. Good for you. In the bag, as they're, you know, walking off into the sunset, there's gold. So I know Jonathan finna get in on that. The fucking rats died. Yep.
Well, we don't know if he died. It was dark.
Screaming like that. Screaming like a little pansy ass. He better be dead.
A bunch of
and if he's not, he better come back sexy. Because if he don't come back sexy and he's still a fucking rat, I'm calling the authorities.
I wanted Benny to kind of come back. Well, even though I know he couldn't, but I always wanted Benny, because Benny was interesting to the story. He was a rat, of course, but like.
Listen, you gonna keep saying that, and I'm gonna keep disagreeing with you, okay?
But I think all the people that were reckless with ancient artifacts got killed by Imhotep.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that's what you do when you fuck around. Don't read. They said, hey, don't open this box. And you go, all right, I'll open it anyway. And you take it anyway. That's on you. And look, technically, did Evie kill those guys?
Which
she
guys?
She technically killed them. Because she brought Imhotep back. So she technically killed everyone. So is Evie the real villain?
No, because...
because
y'all were there and y'all shouldn't have been there. She not a villain because I fucking said so, okay?
But like, if you think about it, all of this would have not happened had Evie never read from
the
that book.
Americans would have still like gone. They would have figured it out.
Well, no, they didn't have the key. Evie had the key, and she saw that she had the key, and so she didn't even mention it to anybody else that she had this, and so she just opened it up and was like,
well, she did say
Yeah.
what harm ever came from.
and
ever
then she
reading
just
a book.
unleashed all the plagues onto Egypt. Like she just,
Sorry,
Those
I
fucking
can't.
locusts?
It looks like I can't defend this white
those
woman
locusts?
anymore.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness. But I would love to talk about this movie with you forever and ever. But I think we need to take a quick break and come back, and we're gonna do, of course, our favorite thing, trivia. You watched the
Oh,
movie,
fuck.
so you pretty much.
Okay, I thought we were done with trivia. How dare you trick me like this?
Nope. We're coming back. Back, baby. All right, let's go on a break.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to dive into a board game that'll have you laughing your way through the plagues of Egypt? Well, we've got just the thing for you. Introducing Plague-tastic, the hilarious plague simulator. It's a board game that'll have you rolling in laughter as you unleash the chaos upon the ancient world. With Plague-tastic, the hilarious plague simulator, you'll experience the Locus Locos, the Lice Lollapalooza, and even the Hail Hilarity. It's a wild, wacky adventure through ancient Egypt, where you'll laugh so hard you might just create a plague of hilarity. But wait, there's more. If you call now, we'll throw in the Mummy Mayhem expansion pack absolutely free. So get your friends together, grab a microphone, and join us on the Plaguegasm as we conquer the plagues of Egypt with laughter. Get your dose of Egyptian comedy today. Plague-tastic, the hilarious plague simulator. The board game that'll make you laugh till you're as red as the Nile. Warning, the side effects may include sore cheeks from excessive laughter, uncontrollable snorting, and an increased appreciation for comedic potential of ancient plagues.
All right, True. So welcome back. We're gonna do some trivia about the Mummy. I'm so excited. I think you probably get most of it. I think we mentioned a lot of it.
If I don't, can I beat your ass?
True. You could, even if I don't hit women, but even on your worst day. You know, like in dreams where like you hitting somebody and it's nothing but pillows. That's why I feel like how you hit. Okay. So,
I could fight.
did you
I
say
can
the only
fight.
fight you ever got in, you got your ass beat?
Okay, that don't mean I can't fight. I took boxing since
Have
then.
you ever been hit in the eye?
Why the fuck? Not you saying you gonna
No,
play dirty?
that's playing dirty, hitting you in your eye.
Yes.
I'm
What
not gonna
the
hit you in the eye,
fuck?
but I'm saying if someone hits you in the eye, that's not playing dirty. If someone bops you in your eye, that's a fight. That's how fights work.
Anyway, get to this fucking quiz.
All right, let's go. So, the Mummy quiz. So, question 1: who directed the Mummy 1999? A. Stephen Sommers. B. Rob Cohen. C. Joe Johnston. D. Guillermo del Toro.
The Steven guy.
A. Stephen Sommers. Ding, ding, ding. That's 1 point.
I got that. You showed it.
All right. Question 2. Which actor played a role of Imhotep in The Mummy 1999? A. Brendan Fraser. B. Arnold Vosloo. C. Rachel Weisz.
Sorry,
D.
can you repeat that?
John Hannah. Which actor played the role of Imhotep in The Mummy 1999? Brendan Fraser, Arnold Vosloo, Rachel Weisz, or John Hannah?
B.
B. Ding, 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 ding. You got it. Question number 3. What is the name of the ancient city the characters are searching for in The Mummy? I'm going to read that question over because I stuttered. What is the name of the ancient city the characters are searching for in The Mummy 1999? A. Hamunaptra. B. Giza. C. Cairo. D. Luxor.
Hamanasha.
Ding, 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 ding. This is the best quiz you've ever done. Can we acknowledge that? Kudos to you. All right. I said kudos
What?
to you. Yeah.
Thanks.
What is the religion that Benny says to Imhotep? And Imhotep says the language of the slaves. A. Christian.
You're not gonna give me multiple
B.
choice?
Buddhism. C. Judaism. D. Catholicism.
Judaism.
Ding, 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 ding. You got that one.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Who plays the role of Evelyn in The Mummy? A. Rachel Weisz. B. Kate Beckinsale. C. Charlize Theron. D. Sandra Bullock.
Rachel Weisz.
Which character is known for his cowardice and comedic relief in The Mummy 1999? A. Rick O'Connell. B. Imhotep. C. Jonathan. D. Ardette.
D.
I'm gonna read that for you one more time. Which character is
The
known
comedic
for
relief?
his cowardice and comedic relief?
Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan.
Okay, cool. Ding, 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 ding.
I thought they were trying to say Benny's name, like Benny's last name, and try to trick me.
that was Ardette Bay is the Magi. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a type,
God.
you know that's my type. That's my type all the way. He's my fucking type.
Me knowing very well Rick
Yeah.
O'Connell's my type.
Oh, we know. So, yeah, I'm happy. I'm just so happy that we got to discuss my favorite movie of all time, The Mummy.
You're not gonna discuss how I got 100?
Okay.
Above average,
Yeah,
bitch.
True got
How the
100
tables have
on something on
tabled.
my favorite movie trivia. So that's dope. Pat on the back. I had to help her with one question, but whatever. So.
Shut up. I just didn't hear you. It cut out.
But True, I have thoroughly enjoyed this episode with you. It's been such a joy. It's a joy that I feel like you enjoyed the movie, no?
I did.
You really
I
did?
did enjoy it.
Even
I
though you
enjoyed
said
Rick.
you didn't want, behind the scenes, you were like, I really don't want to watch this movie, kind of, in a way. But
Movies like this don't really interest me, and I think I liked Rick O'Connell in the way that I liked Indiana Jones. So guys, before me actually watching this, I would have seen, I saw clips of Rick O'Connell, and it gave me Indiana Jones vibes, and I just didn't see the sense in watching another movie that had another Indy in it, because I'm such a big fan of Indy. And so I think I like Indy the way that I think I like Rick the way that I like Indy, because they're both like a man's man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And also, and
10 out of 10
also,
though.
Rick is I feel like Rick is more rugged than Indiana Jones. He comes from like a different space. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely, but I don't know. A man's man.
You like what you like. You like what you like. And,
Yeah.
And on that note, I feel like this is the end of the episode. Thank you guys for listening. You can listen to us every Monday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram. And you can listen to us on Spotify and Amazon Music. And thank you guys for listening.
Let's go. Bye, guys.
Emotep.